Namaskar, Chumrip Sur. His Excellency Devyani Khobragade, Secretary of State, Ministry of Cult and Religion, Government of Cambodia, Professor Venerable Chathit and Venerable Sem Soviensna. Other Venerables present here today, Professor Dr. Bednyat Lab, Vice Chancellor of the Sanchi University of Buddhist Indic Studies, Dr. Arvind Kumar, Assistant Professor, School of Buddhist Studies and Civilization, Her Excellency Pen Chanchakriya, Vice Rector, Preah Sihamoniraja Buddhist University, Lieutenant Colonel Akash Patil, Director, Dr. Ambedkar International Center, New Delhi, my dear ITEC and ICCR alumni, distinguished guests, and my dear students. It is my honor and pleasure to welcome all of you to the International Conference on Dr. Ambedkar to commemorate his birth anniversary today in this August University of Preah Sihamoniraja Buddhist University. Sorry. This is indeed an honor for the Embassy of India and for me personally to be able to give my introductory speech towards to begin to inaugurate the International Conference on Dr. Ambedkar, who is the father of our Indian Constitution and one of the leading lights of the Indian national movement, and also a great social and political reformer and nation builder of India. It is indeed very relevant to hold this international conference in the Kingdom of Cambodia. This is because Dr. Ambedkar's philosophy that guided the creation of the Indian Constitution was inspired from his understanding of Buddhism. Cambodia being a predominantly Buddhist country, which has accepted and preserved the principles and ethics of Buddhism, therefore is a very ideal place for us to have this international conference on Dr. Ambedkar and his thoughts. Friends, distinguished guests, venerables, as you're aware, our Indian Constitution enshrines the principles of justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. These principles are in the preamble or the introduction to the Constitution, and they form the basic structure of the Constitution that not even the Parliament can change. These guiding principles are the shining lights that our parliamentarians, our nation builders, our governance and government follow, and these form the basic fundamentals of the nation of India. Dr. Ambedkar found his inspiration to include these principles of justice, liberty, equality and fraternity in the religion of Buddhism. Dr. Ambedkar studied Buddhism in depth, and he wrote his ideas of how he understood Buddhism in his very important book called Buddha and His Dhamma. In this book, Dr. Ambedkar explains how he sees the idea of equality as the idea of equality for thought, starting with the equality of thought, and the freedom for having freedom of thinking, freedom of thought is what So, going from the thought of equality, he also, Dr. Ambedkar also explains that why the Gautama, the Buddha, left his kingdom is because he believed in equality to such an extent that he felt that he should not be inheriting a kingdom, a monarchy. Dr. Ambedkar believed that Gautama the Buddha practiced equality and democracy through his thinking and through his actions, and therefore he left the monarchy and all the power that came with it, and his idea of governance was through democracy, through consultation, through dialogue between people.
លោកបណ្ឌិត Ambedkar បានដាក់បញ្ចូលគោលការណ៍នេះនៅក្នុងគេហៅថារដ្ឋធម្មនុញ្ញរបស់គាត់ទៅក្នុងគោលការណ៍ទៅក្នុងគោលនយោបាយដូចគ្នាអំពីគោលការណ៍ទាំងនេះ
While justice for all is understood in and is enshrined in all our in modern day governance, the idea of fraternity, which Gautama the Buddha described as bandhutva, was a unique principle that Dr. Ambedkar felt had to be included as basic structure of our constitution. Because fraternity is what guides people to work together towards a better society and a better nation. All of you will also hear in details from our expert speakers about our Indian constitution and the thoughts that guided Dr. Ambedkar when he wrote this constitution. As you are all aware, Dr. Ambedkar was also a great social reformer, a civil rights advocate, and the proponent, the biggest and the tallest proponent of social justice in modern India. His inspiration for social justice also came from Buddhism, because he believed that the Buddha had taught the Sangha and the monks to first organize and educate themselves, and then take the idea of how a society and how a government should be to the lay people. He believed in socially engaged Buddhism, and this is the idea that his followers and the followers of our constitution, which is all Indians, believe in. And it is with this idea that the Ambedkar International Center was inaugurated by this government in 2018, and the idea of the Dr. Ambedkar International Center is to propagate the idea of socially engaged Buddhism as propounded by Dr. Ambedkar. My dear friends and distinguished guests, it is due to Dr. Ambedkar's ideals, inspired by socially engaged Buddhism, that India could lead one of the largest programs for social justice, to raise the weaker sections of the society, including women and children, to get their rightful place in India and in the world.
បាទអារម្មណ៍របស់ស្រីដោយសារតែគោលការណ៍នៃការបញ្ចូលពុទ្ធសាសនាតាមបែបគណៈកម្មជីវរដ្ឋរបស់សង្គមនេះគឺជាសំខាន់ក្នុងការភ្ជាប់ពិសេសគឺការប្រសិទ្ធដល់ស្ត្រីនិងកុមារដែលជាឧត្តមគតិនិយមមិនត្រឹមតែក្នុងបរិបទនេះទេហើយសម្រាប់លោកផងដែរ
Dr. Ambedkar ensured that the weaker sections of the society should get their rightful representation as much as their population was in free India. That much population, that much percentage of representation those people should have in the governance structures, in the institutions of the state and society.
បាទនៅក្នុងគោលការណ៍របស់មនិតអង្គការចង់និយាយថាការដំណាងផ្នែកស្វាឬក៏ស្របច្បាប់មិនសម្រាប់តែក្រុមអតិថិជនច្រើនទេក៏ដូចជាក្រុមអតិថិជនផងដែរដើម្បីឲ្យបុគ្គលគ្រប់គ្នាមានភាពស្មើភាពនៅក្នុងសង្គមនេះ
Therefore, the government of India has ensured that there is equality amongst equal and that the weaker sections of the society get affirmative help in being able to take their rightful place in representing the country in its various institutions.
បាទក្នុងការដំណើរទៅប្រទេសជាតិនៅក្នុងស្ថាប័នផ្សេងៗជាច្រើនមិនត្រឹមតែក្រុមអតិថិជនក៏ប៉ុន្តែក្រុមអតិថិជនត្រូវមានសិទ្ធិនៅក្នុងគេហៅថាផ្នែកច្បាប់ដ៏ត្រឹមត្រូវរបស់គេផងដែរក្នុងការដំណើរទៅក្រុមនៅចំណោមអតិថិជនរបស់គេ
Dr. Ambedkar's clarion call of organize, agitate, educate and agitate are also derived from the tenets of Buddhism.
បាទគាត់បណ្ឌិតអង្គការបានអំពាវនាវអំពីគេហៅថាអ្នកដែលមានចំណេះដឹងនិងអ្នកមានចំណេះដឹងត្រូវតែមានសិទ្ធិស្មើគ្នាហើយត្រូវតែមានការអប់រំអំពីពុទ្ធសាសនា
It is derived from how Buddhist monastics would educate themselves, would organize themselves in a sangha, and then they would also work towards betterment of the society in conjunction, in association with lay people. That is what helped him to give this guiding principle of organize, educate and agitate.
បាទដោយសារតែគោលការណ៍ទាំងនោះហើយបានធ្វើឲ្យចង់ឲ្យតែទាំងប្រសង់ទាំងប្រសពក្នុងការចូលរួមជាមួយគ្នាទាំងអ្នកអ្នកជាអ្នកវិទ្យាដើម្បីចូលរួមជាមួយគ្នាជាប់ក្រោមជាក្រុមជាសង្គមជាមួយ
I would also like to point out that Dr. Ambedkar's idea of non-violent agitation, of satyagraha and of civil rights movement came from the ideas of Buddhism, which gives utmost importance to non-violence.
បាទខ្ញុំចង់បញ្ជាក់ចំណុចមួយទៀតដែរតើបងទៅនឹងទស្សនៈរបស់បណ្ឌិតអង្គការគឺជាអំពីគេហៅថាគោលការណ៍នៃអహింసាបាទនេះគឺជារឿងមួយដ៏សំខាន់ផងដែរដែលចេញអំពីគោលការណ៍ពុទ្ធសាសនាដែលបានបញ្ជាក់នៅក្នុងគេហៅថាគំនិតនៃសង្គមជាជាតិនឹងវា
His idea of focusing on the benefit of the weaker sections of the society is also one of the ideas that he has taken from Buddhism, Buddhism also inspires us to look after all sentient beings, not just human beings. And therefore, Dr. Ambedkar made that link and got inspired to raise the status of the weaker sections of the society from Buddhism. In 1956, Dr. Ambedkar, along with many of his followers, adopted Buddhism in Nagpur shortly before his death, and this event is known as the Dhammacakkappavattana Divas, the day of the adoption of Dhammacakra.
បាទនៅក្នុងឆ្នាំ1956មុនគាត់ចូលមរណភាពទៅគាត់បានប្រកាសនៅពិធីមួយគេហៅថាជាទិវាគឺជាថ្ងៃនៃពុទ្ធសាសនាការគោរពពុទ្ធសាសនាហ្នឹងបាទ
This act of Dr. Ambedkar led to a renewed impetus and encouragement to Buddhism in India, and this movement led by Dr. Ambedkar and his followers is now known worldwide as the Navayana Buddhism. And I would be happy today I'm happy to I'm very happy to see that many of our thinkers today who are present here will be sharing Dr. Ambedkar's thoughts on his interpretation of Buddhism, which is followed by the Navayana Buddhism followers. So this conference aims to bring the perspective of the new wave of Indian Buddhism to exchange these ideas with the monks and young students who are present here. It will hopefully encourage the Cambodian young students and also Cambodian monks to see how socially engaged Buddhism could be also applicable to Cambodia and its society. I'm sure that the conference will lead to many questions and many debates and many ideas being exchanged between Cambodian Buddhists and Indian experts and Indian scholars, which will benefit both sides equally. I would also like to see more collaboration between the universities in India, from where we have many experts, and the Dr. Ambedkar International Center, as well as many think tanks and universities from Cambodia. Two of them, the biggest Buddhist universities, who are already the hosts of this international conference, will hopefully carry on the association that has been made today between our Indian universities and their universities. I hope that I have already spoken to many of our Indian guests and encouraged them to host scholarships for Cambodian monks and Cambodian students who want to study Buddhism, to increase their capacity for English reading and speaking, so that they can undertake higher studies through these scholarships and support in India. I also hope that the Dr. Ambedkar International Center will also make contacts with various think tanks and universities here and carry on this collaboration even further. I'm happy to see all of you here today who have interest in Buddhism and how Buddhist principles can lead to better governance, better society, and better nation building.
បាទខ្ញុំសប្បាយចិត្តក្នុងការឃើញអាយដាមរបស់លោកប្រសាទលោកជានិស្សិតដែលមានវត្តមាននៅទីនេះហើយដើម្បីស្ដាប់អំពីថាតើពុទ្ធសាសនាមានលក្ខណៈប្រសើរឬប្រយោជន៍យ៉ាងណាក្នុងការនាំទៅលោកនៅអភិវឌ្ឍន៍ល្អអំពីសង្គមរបស់ការកសាងការស្ថាបនាជាល្អ
In a world that is becoming more and more unequal, the ideas of social justice and socially engaged Buddhism will definitely provide a new thinking and new perspective to developing countries and Buddhist countries like Cambodia and India.
បាទនៅក្នុងពិភពលោកដែលកំពុងតែមានភាពគេហៅថាវិស័យភាពការខាងឡើងគោលគំនិតដែលពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹងពុទ្ធសាសនាបែបភ្ជាប់ការតំណែងក្នុងសង្គមគឺជារឿងសំខាន់ដែលយើងត្រូវពិនិត្យហើយយកអនុវត្តនៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាដូចជាប្រទេសកម្មពុទ្ធសាសនាផ្សេងៗជាច្រើននៅក្នុងពិភពលោក
And together, as the Buddhist nations of the world, we can be a guiding principle towards and a guiding light to the rest of the world for a more equitable and socially just world.
បាទហើយប្រធាននេះចូលជាមួយគ្នាគឺយើងអាចខ្លាយទៅជាគេហៅថាពន្លឺនៃការណែនាំគោលការណ៍នៃការណែនាំដែលអាចគេហៅថាផ្សព្វផ្សាយឬបញ្ចាំងពន្លឺទៅពិភពផ្សេងៗទៀតក្នុងនាមជាប្រទេសកម្មពុទ្ធសាសនា
In the end, I would like to thank the Ministry of Cult and Justice, Ministry of Cult, and also the universities of Sihamoni and Sihamoniraja for hosting this conference, for being our partners, and this adds one more chapter of collaboration between these two universities and the Ministry of Cult and Religion and Embassy of India.
បាទជាទីបញ្ចប់ខ្ញុំសូមសម្ដែងអំណរគុណចំពោះក្រសួងធម្មការសាសនាសាកលវិទ្យាល័យទាំងពីរគឺប្រសិទ្ធរីនិងសិហាមុនីជាតិក៏ដូចជាគេហៅថាស្ថានទូតនាយកសម្រាប់ចំពោះការរៀបចំនិងសន្តិសុខជាអង្គការ
My special thanks goes to the International Center for Dr. Ambedkar International Center, who has financially supported this conference.
ខ្ញុំសូមសម្ដែងអំណរគុណជាពិសេសជូនដល់មជ្ឈមណ្ឌលអន្តរជាតិនៃមន្ត្រីអមេរិកដែលផ្ដល់ឲ្យវត្ថុសម្រាប់ការតបតឲ្យវិសុខាស្មារតី
I also take this opportunity to thank both the universities for the excellent cooperation that we received from you in all our endeavors to expand the Buddhist and Sanskrit studies between our two countries.
បាទខ្ញុំសូមសម្ដែងអំណរគុណផងដែរចំពោះពុទ្ធសាសនាសាកលវិទ្យាល័យទាំងពីរដែលបានសហការកន្លងមកហើយជួយគ្រប់គ្រងដល់គ្រប់ទាំងកិច្ចខំប្រឹងប្រែងរបស់យើងខ្ញុំពិសេសក្នុងការសិក្សានៅពុទ្ធសាសនានិងការសិក្សាភាសាសំស្ក្រឹតកន្លងមកនៅក្នុងសាកលវិទ្យាល័យពុទ្ធសាសនាទីកម្ពុជា
I also take this opportunity to invite other representatives of other big universities who are present here today, Royal University of Phnom Penh, Panishastra University, to coordinate and cooperate with the embassy to increase the cooperation on Buddhist studies and, of course, on other aspects as well.
បាទខ្ញុំសូមជម្រាបសាកលវិទ្យាល័យក្នុងក្រុមជ័យពីផងដែរមានសាកលវិទ្យាល័យគុំនឹងជំរុញសាកលវិទ្យាល័យគុំនឹងវិចិត្រសិល្បៈបាទដើម្បីដាក់បញ្ចូលនៅការសិក្សាអំពីពុទ្ធសាសនានិងការសិក្សាសំស្ក្រឹត
I thank you for your kind attention and I wish you a very fruitful conference.
បាទសូមអរគុណ
សូមអរគុណ